Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Dr. Seaborg, it's been a great honor having you here today, and I was wondering, after all your experience with so many presidents, are you a Republican or a Democrat?
Oh, I don't know what to say. I've served 5 Republican presidents and 5 Democratic presidents, and I don't think I should be quoted on this, but I'm not too thrilled by either party now.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dr. Seaborg. It's been a wonderful experience for us.
Okay. Right.
バークレーの丘の上にはシーボーグ博士のアイデアで科学館が建てられています。館内には子どもたちに向けて優しく理解できるよう配慮された原子物理学のコーナーがあります。展示にはさまざまな工夫が施され、科学や数学の原理を楽しみながら学べる仕組みになっています。
Back in 1981, you were appointed as a commissioner of the Commission of Excellence in Education
yes.
by Reagan administration.
That's right.
Could you tell us what was the result of your study, and also what was the recommendation you made?
We produced what you might call a hard-hitting report that made quite an impact on renovating pre-college education in science and mathematics. It opened with the dramatic lines that if an unfriendly foreign power could have been shown to be responsible for the poor condition of pre-college science and mathematics education in the United States, it could be a reason for declaring war.
What was the basic reason for you to write such a provocative sentence?
Well, I'd become quite concerned about education even before the Soviet Sputnik, which of course sort of made us very anxious in the United States, afraid that the Soviets were ahead of us in space, the possibilities of space weapons and so forth. And I had the feeling that the education, particularly in science and mathematics, was inadequate, and that we were not teaching the students sufficiently in these areas. So I was glad to participate in this report, A Nation at Risk. And this was issued in, we began, the commission began meeting and formulating the report in the fall of 1981, and we presented it to President Reagan on April of 1983. And it had quite an impact, but not enough. We're still behind in education, pre-college education in the United States, and we need to do more. But we would be in a much worse position today if it hadn't been for our report, A Nation at Risk.
Now, after we have spent more than a decade now since you presented the report under the name of Nation at Risk to President Reagan. And you said that if it were not the report existing, then the state of American education would have been worse.
Yes.
But still, you are not satisfied with the current state of American education.
Yeah, no, we are still not educating our students to a sufficient extent in science and technology. And one of the reasons for this is that the teachers themselves haven't been educated in the subject matter that they're teaching. We have a tendency in the United States to educate the teachers in the schools of education in the methods of teaching, not in the subject matter. So they're very good at teaching methods, but don't know anything, don't know very much about the subject matter of what they're trying to teach. And that's what we need to change. Of course, there are teachers who do know the subject matter, but there are very many of them who don't take any chemistry or physics courses in the course of their preparation for the teaching credential, and we need to change that and improve that.
And also, well, in Japan, we have lots of problem of making children more able to think, more able to create. How can we do that?
Through preparation of the teachers so that they will have the incentive to instill in the students this ability to think and undergo creative thinking.
Let me ask you rather philosophical question, but well, the historian might say that well, yes, 20th century was a century of science and technology, and yet that science and technology haven't necessarily contributed for the mankind's benefit or the welfare because of the science and technology being used as a means of destruction or even the manslaughter.
Oh, I think it has. I would disagree. It has definitely been used for the benefit of people. We're in a much better position today. The general health of the population is better. The eradication of disease. My grandparents, my father's mother and father died from tuberculosis at relatively young ages. That never happens anymore. The lifespan has been greatly increased, and the comforts of life are much greater. And there are just so many things. Travel now, you can just travel across the country and jet liners and across the ocean. And when I was a little boy, I didn't go any further than the neighboring town on a streetcar or a train. There are just a tremendous amount of improvements, new materials of construction for buildings, of homes and so forth. And then, of course, we also are going in the next century even further. Probably will colonize the moon and maybe Mars as we explore the cosmos. And the Cassini space probe that is being launched will tell us a lot about the planet Saturn.
So you'd say that the 21st century would be the better century as far as the human beings' welfare is concerned?
I think the 21st century will be a much better time as far as human beings are concerned. There will be, due to progress in biochemistry and in immunochemistry and so forth, much progress will be made in curing disease and eradicating disease, and there will be many artificial body parts. I mean, probably an artificial heart, an artificial kidney, and eyes and ears and so forth developed to extend the productive life cycle of people. Will make a tremendous amount of progress in the next century. It's impossible to predict.
アメリカ・ニューメキシコ州の砂漠に広がるアメリカ軍のホワイトサンズミサイル試験場です。今から52年前の1945年7月16日の未明、史上初めての核爆発がここで行われました。使われた核物質はシーボーグ博士がバークレーで発見し、シカゴで大量生産への道を開いたプルトニウムです。自然界には存在せず、人間が作り出した新しい物質のプルトニウムが果たして計算通りに核爆発を起こすかどうか、実験はまさに創造の神への挑戦でした。高さ 33.5 メートルの鉄塔の上に取り付けられた爆発装置は、爆発の瞬間、突然太陽が目の前に出現したような凄まじい閃光を輝かせ、しばらく後に大音響と衝撃が続いて、鉄塔は跡形もなく消え去っていたと伝えられています。その鉄塔のあった場所は今アメリカの国の史跡に指定され、この記念碑が建てられて年2回4月と10月の第1土曜日に一般公開